I'm here with Saeed. We're in New York, and we've just had a really awesome discussion around Saeed's not-for-profit, which I'll get him to talk a little bit more about, give you guys a little bit more detail. But what was really refreshing was just, I guess, the authenticity and the vulnerability that surrounded the entire conversation. It was around how, not to make it sound cliche, but how do you make a genuine difference? But it's also how do you navigate all the pressures that's inevitably going to come in an industry where people want you to do a certain thing. People want you to be a certain way. People want you to pursue a certain dream or a certain mission. And how do you stay true to that? So I thought I'd share a bit of that story, but I'll get Saeed to introduce yourself and what you do.
So, hey world. I am Saeed Jabbar. I'm the founder of Inclusion. We are a not-for-profit that teaches people how to code from disenfranchised populations. So that ranges all the way from people of color, people from LGBT groups and stuff of that nature. We've done an incredibly successful job at it, to the point where the entire industry is now really recognizing our work. And so I'm very happy to be here today, talking with James about all these incredible things that we just discussed in the last 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, awesome, man. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you navigate social conditioning? Because we kind of just touched on that in the intro, but it's like everybody gets pressure to be a certain way or create their company in a certain way or pursue a certain mission or deliver on certain objectives. How do you stay true to what you want to do, what you want your company to be in this world, inevitably, of just a lot of optionality, a lot of different influences?
I think first and foremost, it's self-awareness. I think that's a core base pillar of being aware, who is trying to grab your attention, control your attention, whether it be your parents, society, college, whatever that case might be. What are the voices in your head that are not your own? And really finding your true inner voice and what really resonates with you. If you are an artist, don't go be a coder, be an artist. And a lot of people get caught in that trap because of their ego. They want to be, the startup community has become the new Hollywood and everyone wants to be a celebrity in it. And I think more people are caught up in having, entrepreneur and CEO in their Instagram, than actually being true to themselves. And deep down inside, they know what's right, and they know what's in their path. And the way I've mapped this out in my mind is, in life, we're all born, we come into this world. I hope that's the case for us. Maybe there's some aliens on this planet. But, based on your environment and a bunch of other things, your path is set in a certain arc. Chances are you'll live and die just like your peers around you. You as an individual have to make that conscious choice to deviate from that path. And there's going to be a lot of ups and downs when you deviate from what's standard in life. But you'll be living something that's true to you. And I think more and more people are starting to awake to that, and started to make that choice. Hence now we've got the gig economy and a lot of people are now freelancers and stuff of that nature. So it's good to see that there's progress being made towards that. But yeah, dig deep, and it doesn't have to be meditation for you. Like it could be whatever it is that helps you find your inner self. It could be travel. It could be walking on a beach. Really listen to you. There's just so much dogma, even with people in meditation. Oh, do meditation, do this, do that. But that may not work for you, so do what's true to you.
Awesome, man. Okay, so last question would be, if you could talk to yourself when you were first starting this journey, not even with the journey you're on right now, but starting everything, your journey in business in general, what would you tell yourself, especially talking about everything you've talked about? It could be specific to this idea of staying true to your own kind of values, but what lessons would you tell yourself?
I think, it's funny that we were talking about this topic now, because yesterday it really clicked in my mind of, in my life and with running inclusion, you get a lot of noise. A lot of people are telling you in your ears, this is how to do that, this is how to do this is how you should do this is how it's always been done. And whether that's running a company or deciding whether to start a company or going to college, whatever your choice might be, again, it's really important to, I think what I would tell myself is do me in 150%, because it turns out that was the right thing to begin with, in the most ironic way. I had certain ideas about how to run a company, an organization, and for a long time, I subjected myself to authority, whether it's people with big degrees or big titles, thinking, hey, maybe they know better than me. And it's okay to listen from people and learn from people. Don't dismiss them just because you're doing you now. But what I realize is I'm back to square one. I'm in the same place with all of their insight and guidance than if I'd just done what I wanted to do in the first place.
Yeah,
it would save a lot of time. And so your time is precious.
How do you, to even unpack that further, right? Like, how do you do you? Like, do you seclude yourself around other influences? Do you, what are practical ways to do you, right? Like, because staying true to what you believe in makes a lot of sense. But when you're in the furnace, when there's everybody telling you should be doing this, you should be doing this, you should be doing this, or there's judgment, where there's social conditioning, all of that stuff, like, how do you stay true to do you?
So I'll get even deeper, right? I'll say this word: I am the I am.
Yeah.
And that's really listen to that statement, because once that really resonates, you'll start to see, all right, how do I be flexible in reality? How do I choose a reality tunnel that works for me? And where I'm going with this is it's a process. Mm-hmm. We're really different people now than we were when we were teenagers, or that we're going to be at 50. And people have this fixed idea of this is me. And that's where the I am comes in. Like, nature isn't fixed. Streams flow, leaves fall.
Yeah. Embracing the transience.
Yeah, you have to embrace the transientness of nature, I think, and whatever that manifests is like for you. And I think the key thing that someone once told me is being able to create and discover, having that be your new feedback loop. And so that way you're discovering new things as you're creating things. And because a lot of people will start out with, all right, they know me now, and they'll get to a place where they plateau and they'll form an ego around that me. Now I'm CEO. And it ends there, when really it's a never-ending process until the day we die, maybe beyond. Who knows what's beyond that? And then one really, really important thing that you brought up is the people around you. It's being oversaid, but you really become the 5 people around you. And be very careful about who you pick and choose. I'd rather be lonely than have the wrong influences around me. I've seen lives being destroyed because of negative influences. I've seen it even for entrepreneurs, when you hang out with a group of people who are all at the same level, and it's been 5 years and no one's gotten to that next step in their company, it's time to make that hard choice that, all right, I love my friends, but hey, maybe I need to move to a different, yeah, you got to do you. If you can never settle within, and you need to move to the next level and the next level, keep doing that. And also, if you're happy where you are, if you're happy with your life, whatever that may look like, it may be meditating in a cave for 100 years, or working in retail, whatever, driving a Uber, and you're happy with that, then that's cool. And you're doing you completely. Don't get caught up with the social program of you have to be an entrepreneur, you have to do this, you have to be seen on the cover of Forbes. I can tell you, I know many people who have achieved those things, and even myself. and it hasn't, you wake up the same the next day and it's like, all right, back to life. So yeah, that's my, ultimately, to wrap it up.
Awesome, man.
You've got to do you, and I'm happy for anyone to reach out to me. My email is saeed@incl.us, saeed@incl.us. I love.
Any websites, anything for them to check out?
Our website is www.incl.us as well. Fairly simple, straightforward. If you have any questions, I like hearing from people. If there's any way I can help you, reach out. I'm super accessible. So, that's how we connected with James. And you never know what happens when you connect with someone. So, meet luck halfway.
Awesome, man. That was awesome. I am. That's really, really cool. Awesome, guys. This was Saeed. We're in New York right now, and I'll speak to you very soon. Thanks so much for your time, man.
Cheers.